Hey there, Julia here, and today I wanted to do kind of an old school January plan with me. This is my 2025 main planner. This is the Faded Chronicle undated planner. It's living in this super cool Moterm cover. I have a whole video about setting up the initial pages for this, and I'll leave that linked for you below. But let's set up the spreads for January. For this, I just need to get used to using a clip to hold everything down. I have these Pilot parallel pens in two different sizes, but I'm mostly going to use the thicker 4.5 millimeter one. And I'm going to be using this for the main kind of graphic element for the setup. The 2.4 millimeter one is nice and would have worked well, but I wanted this thicker one to take up more space. And here, I just want to show you how slow I'm actually going before I speed this thing up. But I'm just going over to the side, pushing down, going over to the side, pushing down. And with repetition, I just thought that this made a really cool pattern and something that I could easily recreate throughout the month. And so this spread is going to be used for just like a cover page to sort of introduce the month, just like I used to do in my bullet journal. And then I'm going to use my trusty Tombow Furunosuke to just letter in January and a cute little 2025 and some sparkles. Just, the usual decoration elements at this point. I wanted to keep the color palette really simple as well because I'm going to be using a lot of different fountain pen inks. The opposite page is a little different from my usual. This is an inbox, sort of a dashboard page, and I'm just going to be using it to just dump tasks. And per my usual, I am splitting these up between work tasks and social media and personal tasks. The next spread is the monthly calendar, and I have not set up a monthly calendar like this in quite some time. I mean, I'm still not fully setting it up, but I am putting in the dates and the days, so that's more than I've had to do, at least in the past year. I was not jiving with how the Tombow was acting over the fine liner, so I just started skipping over the numbers. Up top, there is a section for goals and for things to remember, but I don't think I'm going to use that, so I just used it as a decorative space with our repeating pattern. And then there's a whole other column at the end of the calendar, which I really wasn't expecting, so at least for this month, I'm just going to do like some weekly recaps just to highlight, I guess, of what happened that week. I'm just putting down my trusty blotter paper to catch any of that wet ink. This is the introduction page to the weekly spread. And so for this left side, I'm going to be using this for any day specific meetings, events, any tasks that need to be done on these specific days. This reminds me a lot of my bullet journal of just having that space for meetings and events. But on the right, there's also a place to dump weekly tasks, and I'm using the bottom section for more social media related tasks and just some extra notes and blurbs. The top section up here is initially meant for weekly expenses, but I don't really track my expenses on a weekly basis. So for right now, I'm just going to be using this for decorative purposes, and I really think it's a nice introduction to the week. So here are all the initial pages. We have the cover page and dashboard, the monthly calendar with a weekly recap, and an introduction to the week with meetings and events and weekly tasks. And following this spread is just two blank spreads, and in those spreads I will be putting my daily task lists, and those will be like my day-to-day pages. But I'm really excited about how this turned out, especially this being my first setup in this new system, in this new planner. And honestly, I feel like I get to keep my bullet journal roots, I get to use my fountain pens, and I don't have to do extensive decorating. So I feel very excited about the year to come. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and I want to wish you all a very happy new year. If you want to keep hanging out though, I will leave the video for this initial setup here on screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.